We go to the next topic, chapter 5, Action and Inaction, Sin and Swadharma. So, look at the scene in the battlefield. Krishna gives this gyan. The second chapter of the Gita ends with the Sthita Prajna. And then Arjuna suddenly sees the context, his problem is there, his Vishada is there, so he goes straight to a question, and this is the question.
Arjuna uvacha jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava.
Arjuna said, Krishna, if you hold insight, Arjuna uvacha, chetate mata buddhi janardana. Janardana is another name for Krishna. To be superior to action, jayasi karmanaha. Then why do you urge me, tat kim mam niyojayasi, to do this ghastly karma? Karmani ghore keshava. So, I want to be a Sthita Prajna like you are saying. I want to do all these good things and not bad things. You, from all that I've heard you seem to hold, this meditation and inaction to be really superior to actually doing stupid action. Now, why do you want me to fight? That too, not just fight. The karma you want me to do is a ghora karma. That means a horrible thing you want me to do. You want me to kill people. So he is trying to use Krishna's own advice as a weapon against him. This query by Arjuna at the beginning of the Gita's 3rd chapter reveals his state of mind. Unable to free himself from his Vishada and reluctance to fight, he looks for some justifying position in Krishna's own teachings. He sees that on the one hand Krishna holds the path of wisdom and spirituality as supreme, culminating in the attainment of Brahmi Sthiti. Yet on the other hand, Krishna also insists on Arjuna's engagement in work, karma. The karma here is not something noble, but instead ghastly and violent in nature. Karmani ghore, resulting in much bloodshed. How then can Krishna urge him to this action, which seems thus unspiritual and inferior to the path of wisdom? What do you think is Krishna's reply? It's a good question to ask. Arjuna is a good student, fit to be an IITian. Doesn't want to write the exam, wants to escape. What do you think is the divine teacher's reply?
Unless you do this, you can't go to the next.
Nah. Huh? Sorry? Without action you can't? Right. Good. So we listen to that.
Na karmana manarambhat naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati.
By merely abstaining from initiating work, karmanam anarambhat, man does not attain freedom from action. Naishkarmyam purusham na ashnute, nor by renouncing work already initiated. Nacha sanyasanat eva, does one ever attain perfection. Siddhim samadhi gacchati. So you can't escape. And even if you escape, you will still be doing some work. Upholding the supremacy of insight and the state of Brahmi Sthiti, the divine teacher points out that this does not go against the need to act, to do what must be done. And you'll face this problem again and again in your own life. You don't want to do it, maybe you should do it, and you're looking for some justification to escape. It keeps happening. You've got to just do it if your soul says that's what you should do. In this case, if you go back to the Mahabharata, Arjuna was actually born to fight this war. Arjuna's very purpose was this, to support Krishna in this war. And that's where his skill is. His swara is in being a warrior. It was a sport for him also. He was supremely skilled at it. And until this moment, he never thought it's going to be a problem. Yep.
Sir, this Arjuna is born for this war that we know now, but at that particular moment he is not aware of anybody at that particular location, nobody is aware.
When you found your swara, you know.
So right now he is in that doubt.
Let's take a simple situation. Let's say you are pulled in two directions. Let's say, could be a relationship. You've given your word, you've got a commitment, and you know that you need to do that. But there are other pushes and pulls which say you don't, should not, you want to get out of it. So that's a dharma sankat, a typical dharma sankat. But deep down, that's where meditation will help you. You know that there's a reason why the other person came to your life. Deep down, you know. And if you can discover your soul and help the other person discover, there's actually no problem. That's the ultimate intention of existence. So, when you are confused especially, and you've not been able to discern what is right or wrong, the right thing to do is to seek advice. But you have to seek advice from a sthita prajna who will help you find the answer. So we are not saying there's A answer or B answer. That's why at the end of this Gita, when we reach the last chapter, Krishna says, look, you asked me a question, I gave you an answer. You're free to do whatever you want. And then without hesitation, Arjuna says, I clearly know what I need to do and I will do it. That's what we're talking about. Until then, it's a yes or no, we can't say. It took 700 verses to give the final answer. And so there's a supreme secret to this question. Till then, it's good to get confused. You must get so confused that you really struggle and wrestle with the confusion. And then when you get the answer, it really is mind-blowing. That light at the end of the tunnel is there. Even in learning, see, let's say you have they say good teachers are good because they teach you everything, make everything clear. But sometimes bad teachers are also good. Sometimes they're better than good teachers. Why? They'll confuse you. Right? Then you have to struggle on your own to know what's going on. And the fulfillment and clarity you get when you discover on your own is incomparable. You say, I really know it. And actually, you also develop some parts of your being to get that clarity, isn't it? Why should you believe somebody else? Now, the problem comes when you've not contacted your soul, so Antar Jyoti has not yet come. When Antar Jyoti is operational, these questions you won't ask these questions. You're still thinking through your mind. You're still weighing consequences. You're not following your soul. Soul is clear. There's a certitude that you can't miss. You know. And you can't generalize. I agree with you, if it was Buddha, if it was Siddhartha instead of Krishna at the chariot, he would have given probably a different discourse. So even the person, the time, the place, the purpose of the avatar for a given time is important. You can't generalize. You can't compare. You understand what I'm saying? So put it on hold and wait, because I know underneath this question is your own, all of you, your own personal struggles, and you're looking for some answer. You've already decided, but you know it may not be the right decision. And like Arjuna, you're also looking for a foothold to justify that position. This poise of watching, over Prakriti's operations yet remaining unaffected leads to freedom from getting bound to any acts. This freedom of the soul from action is Naishkarmyam. See, Naishkarmyam is a powerful word here. What does it mean? It actually means no karma. Well, can you do work without causing karma? That's Naishkarmyam. Yes, in the flow state we do that. Then some great force operates through you and does what needs to be done. And you know you didn't do it. It's like a mother delivering a baby. Did the mother deliver the baby? No. The powerful natural force used the mother's womb as an instrument to bring forth the baby. The swara of the baby has to come out and the mother is only an instrument. Naishkarmyam is something like that. It's a divine movement. So, but still there is action. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is action, but there is no doership. There is no doer of that action. The divine teacher shows that it would be a mistake to believe that this freedom can be attained by abdicating work, either those yet to begin or those already initiated. Krishna makes it clear to Arjuna and to us that such outward renunciation does not lead to salvation. He even points out in the verses to follow that complete cessation of work is in practice impossible for any being. So it's a siddhi. Siddhi is a degree of perfection where you attain Naishkarma. Next topic, action in inaction. Can you guess what this is? Can you have action in inaction? I've already given a clue. What is action in inaction? When you find your swara, that's a perfect place where you're not doing anything, it's happening through you, mysteriously. Good. Man as a being is part of nature, thus existing as an organic part of a much larger whole. Prakriti's operations always functions in terms of the gunas, the three gunas. They happen naturally and relentlessly according to their own laws. The very act of breathing, are you breathing? It's happening on its own. The very act of breathing is a clear and immediately obvious example of this. It happens on its own. The natural operation of these laws can be also clearly seen in plants and animals. Human beings are not different, though we seem to have the additional faculty. What's the additional faculty? To think and to apply some more willful control on our activities.
नहि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः.
No one for even a moment, nahi kashit kshanam, even for a small fraction of a second, api, can ever exist being inactive. Jatu tishtati akarmakrit. All are forced to act helplessly. Karyate hi avashah karma sarvah, by the gunas born of Prakriti. Prakritir jay gunai. So Prakriti is doing everything, whether you like it or not. And you can see it in plants and animals. You can see it in inanimate things. Everything is happening on its own. We say it's nature. But we seem to think we are different, natural, and then, we are kind of different from nature. We are doing things. That's a false ego. Mostly, we act helplessly, avasha, as though driven by some natural force. This is easily seen when we get angry, which is reflective of the play of which guna? The guna of rajas in us. The heat of anger felt inside spontaneously arouses in us the tendency to be, what will you be when you're angry? Uncomfortable, that's all. You'll just be uncomfortable. Huh?
Full of energy. So
Huh?
You'll be much more active. Yes.
Active. You'll do a lot of work, is it?
Sir, with anger is
Are you're angry with him.
yes, sir.
What will you do to him?
Sir, I'll ignore him. Nothing.
You'll ignore him. You're all. Arey, you feel like giving it to him, no? Yes or no? Then how will you ignore him? Anxiety, you're all weak characters, yeah. The heat of anger felt inside spontaneously arouses in us the tendency to be aggressive and speak harshly. You never spoken harshly? His friends will, you're a calm guy, you don't get angry? You get a lot angry, right? So say it, yeah. See, you don't shout, but you can feel the heat and the tone will change, no? The voice. You keep your mouth shut. That's more dangerous, yeah. Then you'll attack him in not obvious ways. This at least you can see the other guy knows you're angry, and because this you can be venomous. Okay. Anyway, you'll do something. You're not. So that's what he meant by comfortable. He is not comfortable lashing out openly, so he keeps all the discomfort inside. Wait for the right moment, then you shoot out that email complaining to the director that this guy did something. We'll do it in our different way. See, it has to ventilate. It has to. Rajoguna will not sit quietly. He said be active, but you can be active in mischievous ways, many ways. So also when we feel tired or lazy, a drowsiness tends to envelop our being, making us feel inert or fall asleep. This is the play of the guna of tamas. Guna of tamas in action. Interesting. That's inaction, inaction. Hence, even seeming inaction is a sign of nature in action. That's very interesting. Indeed, even in sleep, actions keep on taking place in our bodies as they maintain the circulatory, digestive and other systems needed for human survival. Even as we sleep, our minds are often active in dreaming. Rapid eye movement also takes place. You don't know it. Dreaming, you're very active, though apparently inactive. So too in the waking state, even as our bodies appear to be physically inactive, our minds are working relentlessly, thinking, desiring, daydreaming, remembering. Yes or no? Non-stop action in apparent inaction. Appearances are often deceptive, and even matter that appears to be inert and inactive, reflecting tamoguna, is subject to slow disintegration and dispersion as established by the second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Furthermore, science has established the hidden presence of dynamism at the subatomic level. Electrons revolve around the nucleus of an atom at tremendous speeds, showing the kinesis of rajas within the outer appearance of tamas. The atom bomb exemplifies how this tremendous rajasic energy hidden in the atomic core can be unleashed. These are common examples of action in inaction. According to the ancient Indian wisdom of Sankhya philosophy, an ever-changing dynamism in the relative proportions of these three gunas, tamas, rajas and sattva, keeps sustaining the very functioning of prakriti. Thus, as observed in the manifest universe, there is nothing that can be rightly said to be inactive. The very nature of prakriti is to participate in actions that keep bringing change. Asat is the key. The seeming inaction that we so often locally and fleetingly observe in any manifestation, especially matter, either reflects a very slow and barely perceptible movement at an outer level or a mere appearance that veils action within the entity. There is nothing permanent except change. Who said that? A famous Greek philosopher. No. Aristotle. There are only two philosophers you know. Socrates and Aristotle. No. Plato, third one. His name was Heraclitus, who also went on to famously proclaim, no man ever steps in the same river twice, and he is not the same man. The second time, he is also changed. The rivers also changed, the waters also changed, he is also changed. That means with every step you take, everything is changing. Next, however, is there inaction? Inaction, the other one, the opposite of this. Let's see. We looked at action in inaction. Now is